could there be a settlement in the works? In today's video, we're going to be jumping down into the world of XRP, taking a look at the things that are going on with the price action, and well, maybe what's going on with the SEC as well. As I get into the video, guys, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't joined us in Discord, guys, what are you waiting for? Check it out, linked in the description below. Now, I'm still a little under the weather, so I'm going to keep this this video quite brief and short and to the point, but hopefully give you everything you need to know about what's going on at the moment with the price action of XRP. But as you can see here, guys, it's possible that maybe there's discussions and rumblings of a settlement for the SEC versus Ripple. And the question is, who is kind of pushing that along? I would say the SEC are probably pushing that one along, and they need to save face, as they say, right? And interestingly enough, it could be scheduled for at least 6 to 8 weeks in advance. So, you know, or basically, if I can actually read this, even though it's right in front of me, I'm struggling today. Settlement conferences must generally be scheduled at least 6 to 8 weeks in advance. So if things get scheduled, we're going to know about it in advance. And not talking about settlement happening overnight here. And it does look like things are going to be kind of pushing along for a couple more months or so. And this is important because a lot of people are kind of really hyped up and thinking that, you know, we're going to get settlement, or we're going to kind of see end to the case, and we're going to see, you know, fantastic runs to the upside and all this kind of stuff. And well, here we can see it's probably going to take another couple of months, right? Before these things play out at the earliest possible stage. So what does that mean for the price action? And well, the price action in itself is going to be potentially quite interesting. We obviously have been talking about short-term price movements to the downside, where we do look for around that 60-cent range. We went through this yesterday. That hasn't really changed. As you can kind of see, we've kind of pushed up a little bit above the hourly 50 EMA. At the moment, we're still finding this 50 EMA as a support level, and so we do have the potential still to push this up. And we can see here that the momentum isn't supporting on the 1 hour time frame, but it is quite supportive on the 8 and 4 hour time frames. And so we might find ourselves in a really quite bullish situation soon. And there's a couple of reasons for this, right? The first, obviously, is and I say obviously, it's not as obvious as maybe we think it is, but we are in the lower highs and lower lows situation at the moment, right? You can see here that we were testing that high range and we tested the low range. Now, one of the things about lower highs and lower lows is that they do have a tendency to want to break upwards. Okay, so we might find ourselves with some short-term volatility here, but we'll have that break to the upside afterwards. This is also known as something like a continuation pattern, because we have this initial move up, we then have our consolidation phase, or our lower highs and our lower lows, and then we break on up from here. Okay, but if we zoom out of this, we can't distract ourselves from too much, is that this is all a potential continuation pattern from what was our top. So we come here, we consolidate down towards equilibrium, and then we move back down again. Okay, and so when we talk about all of these moves that are going on, we can see that we're going to be in this potential upward move on the small time frame before we start moving down again. Okay, nothing moves in straight lines. And our bigger part of this is a move to the downside where we target out that range of around 60 cent, right? And we've spoken about this a couple of times already. So this isn't unusual if you've been following along with everything that we kind of do here at Cheeky Crypto. And we've been very predictive so far. So for example, we targeted out our 93.76, and this is was achieved at 93.8. Is what it wicked up to here. Okay, we hit our target range, and now we're just looking for that move to the downside, right? This isn't anything terribly too unusual, hopefully. To you guys, you should be very familiar with this by now. As you can kind of see, we are targeting out this one between 59 and 64, but I think we can be more refined on that. By reviewing this previous area down here. And if I go ahead and actually draw in a box, because I do think it sits about here and here, pull it across. And so 55 to 59.6, right? So we say 60 cent, it's right in here. And we could be, you know, between the 56 and 58 or the 55 and 59. You can see it's all in this little range here. This is a previous area that was demand, as you can kind of see over here, was demand, and we've come back and we've turned it into supply up on this side here. Okay, turned it into supply. We broke through it, so what we're trying to do here is turn this back into another demand area or another support area. Okay, and it looks like the structures there are supportive of that idea, as we can kind of see that we do have currently our 200 EMA at 65 cent. And our move to be potentially just wicking down a little bit deeper than that 200 EMA. All in all, though, that's not necessarily bearish in any way. It's just a short-term price movement that does set us up potentially for another big run to the upside. So I think it's just going to be one of those where we see some profits getting taken, and we see a lot of kind of stuff, just people kind of understanding that things are taking longer than expected, and looking to just consolidate down and take some time to build up those positions again, and so forth, right? So for the most part, I think XRP is in a reasonably good position. It's got clarity now. It knows that it's not a security. I say it, as in XRP has a mind of its own. But, you know, the US now know that it's not a security. The exchanges can list it and treat it as such. And these are things that are really positive overall. And it's also really positive for the entire crypto space. If XRP has that clarity, then many others can have that clarity as well. And so the SEC are on the back foot here, which is why I think it was the SEC that are fronting the idea of a settlement, and will be looking to push that into schedule 6 to 8 weeks down the line. I don't think, though, that that Ripple are going to want to settle, and considering everything that's going on now, I think they can probably take this all the way. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm going to leave the video there. If you found it useful and informative, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Don't forget to join us down in Discord. And guys, I'll catch you all in the next one.
We are not financial advisors. None of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.